Let's get a quick take on Clarence Moses-EL finally being found not guilty in a rape-related case from 1987 on Wednesday. A jury rendered a unanimous verdict in the case that Denver District Attorney Mitch Morissey mysteriously decided to retry even after another individual already confessed to the crime. Ed Sealer from the Denver Business Journal. Were you surprised that it had taken this long to finally get this case? I think for a lot of people thought it should have been.
I was a little surprised they decided to retry this case. I think the precedent will set is that the DA's office will never use "I identified him in a dream" as the reason to go after somebody in a case anymore. I think it will at least set a tone for the incoming DA, Beth McCann, to be a little bit more judicious about how she prosecutes certain cases.
David Kopel from the Independence Institute and DU Law School, you're our esteemed lawyer at the table. Is this how it should have gone down?
No, it shouldn't have been reprosecuted. The evidence was thin, and it was a clear miscarriage of justice, I think, the first time around. I'd say kudos to Progress Now, which when the reprosecution was announced was very active in criticizing and raising public awareness. And I hope this also raises public awareness about other people who are falsely accused of rape. As happens all the time on college campuses these days, where due process has been destroyed, and it's a situation, like in the Soviet Union or Maoist China, where the accusation is basically treated as conclusive proof of guilt.
Natasha Gardner, senior editor at 5280 Magazine. What does this case with Moses-EL do for, how does it affect Mitch Morissey's legacy?
Well, I think it sets perhaps a wrong tone for the end of his tenure. We have to remember Mitch has been in charge of the DA's office for a very long time and has done a lot of changes, including the improvement on the use of DNA in the office. But it is an odd way to end his tenure. It's a bad note to end his tenure on, in particular because I think this case takes the focus away from sexual assault victims. These numbers are very difficult to find out because people are very hesitant to report these crimes, but you might be able to say that, or estimates say it's about every 2 minutes somebody in the United States is sexually assaulted. 1 in 6 women in America are the victims of either a completed rape or an attempted rape. Now, I worry that a case like this may have taken resources away from another case that would have been deserving, where charges should have been filed, where a prosecution should have been made, and where a conviction could have happened. Because 1 in 6 women is a lot of people who are not seeing justice through any sort of criminal system.
Noelle Phillips from the Denver Post finishes the panel. Thank you for being here. Do you expect to hear more from this case, maybe perhaps a settlement in the future because of, as we've called it, a miscarriage of justice?
Absolutely. State law was passed in 2013 that allows people in Colorado who've served time after a wrongful conviction to petition the court for compensation, and it's $70,000 a year for every year served, which for Moses-EL is almost $2 million. We don't know what he and his attorneys are going to decide to do. They also could decide to file a federal civil rights lawsuit, so we just have to wait and see, but we're definitely not at the end of this case.